Hey, what's going on? It's Sean Solo 8, and today I'll be going over another SH Figuarts action figure review. From Bandai Namco, we have Tamashii Nation's Bandai's Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett. You can see the gold on the front there. It looks absolutely amazing. He does come with 2 head molds, loads of hands, lots of accessories, and of course, what most collectors want is that throne, because this is the second release from Tamashii Nation's Boba Fett. We already got one before, which I will compare all the other Boba Fetts, and actually that SH Figuarts figure is probably my favorite out of my entire collection. On this side of the package, you just get an image of your figure. It says Star Wars Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, SH Figuarts. And on this side of the package, you just have another one of those images that you can barely see of Boba Fett with your little sticker letting you know it's authentic. And on the back, you are treated to some toy photography of your figure on the throne, which looks absolutely mind-blowing. You can see Temuera Morrison's head sculpt, the jetpack, the throne, which everybody wants, and another epic image of your figure right here. And on the top, it just says Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, with SH Figuarts and another image of Boba Fett that you can barely see there. And something you don't always see, on the bottom, you do get another image of your action figure, and it looks absolutely incredible. It says SH Figuarts. Lots of stuff in Japanese. But without further ado, let's open up the all-new SH Figuarts Bandai Tamashii Nation's Book of Boba Fett with his throne. Slide that open, and it comes in a nice tray that slides right out. And then, oh yeah, look at that awesome art in the back of the box that you get. But you can see, ooh, that is beautiful. Very thick card of some toy photography, which actually would look really cool on a wall, huh? You get your instructions in here too, that show you how to put the hands on, how to put the head on. Looks like you got to remove the neck, different holsters, and how to put on the jetpack and flame accessories. And then this side here just shows you his gaffy stick and of course his throne. And then once you get him out of package, that's what you're greeted with, which looks absolutely beautiful. There's 2 windows, so let's try to open them here. They're not taped up, and yeah, so when you open it, it falls. It comes tumbling down, and Boba Fett falls off the throne. And you can see that he was just sitting on the throne just right here, and this is amazing. Oh my goodness. He came in the package a lot like that, which he's kind of like hovering over the throne. But yeah, so that's straight out of the package. It looks amazing. I will need to take this little piece of plastic tape off, but the figure looks good. We're going to take a closer look at him here in a second. And here is SH Figuarts Boba Fett out of the package with Mando teaming up, looking like they're about to be in a massive fight. But overall, this guy poses awesome. He looks incredible. Definitely, I think, probably the best Boba Fett available yet. I just love the bullets on his belt, the damage on the armor. It looks super cool. Definitely, it's not as clean as the previous SH Figuarts, and he matches up with Mando so well, it's not even funny. This Boba Fett is pretty darn good. As you can see, the details, just standing him in a pose, looks super, super cool. He looks excellent with the Mandalorian. We're going to have to check him out with the Black Series Fennec Shand here in a minute. But overall, you know, I think this guy is an excellent value for sure. And here's a look at SH Figuarts Boba Fett with the SH Figuarts Mandalorian that came with the child. And as you can see, I'm using a Mayfix flight stand. I do wish he came with a flight stand in package. And this is about as good as you're going to get looking down the sights. It's really hard to get Boba looking down the sights. So articulation-wise, it's almost identical as a prior version. But if you haven't picked up this Mando, he's definitely worthy. And here's a look at Boba Fett with his gaffy stick. And I don't think you're going to be able to get that over his head. I'll try one more time. And it really isn't too hard to put it in his hands. You do have to pop it apart and then slide it through his hands, and then bingo. But without the helmet, I think it looks pretty cool, and it's definitely a great addition. It comes with this pistol, as you can see here. Let me just show you guys a close-up. None of the hands, the finger actually goes into the trigger, which isn't a bad thing, but you can see the head mold right there when I went and closed up on him. that, yeah, the eyes look like they are missing some paint, which is a bit of a bummer. And here's a look at Boba Fett with Fennec Shan, and I try to get Fennec Shan to sit on the edge of that throne, and with this rubber piece, it's just not going to work. Whenever Hasbro decides to start giving us soft goods, you know, then I will upgrade this figure, but this figure is amazing. Maybe SH Figuarts can answer the call, but overall, I think this is an amazing set for sure. Let me just show you. He's got to sit on the edge of the seat in order for his feet to touch the ground, but he can go back up further, but then his feet just don't touch the ground. As you can see there, he like levitates in the air, and his hands, when you put them up here, you know, they just aren't really, all the promo shots, his hands don't really do that. But overall, you know, I think it's a fantastic set. I'm going to have mine on display, most likely just like this, except I will have his feet touching the floor. And I wish we had some background parts for it. And another thing I wish is, I wish he had the little red dots on his chest, kind of like this Boba. That would have been really cool. And just one more shot on the throne with his fists sitting pretty cool. I think I'm just going to dump him on my shelf straight from here. And yeah, onto the shelf. I think it looks pretty darn cool. I just wish Fennec, you know, would sit on the edge, because look, just that rubber skirt, if you cut it, she could sit there. And that would look cool. And she does balance like that. You could probably do some sort of camera trick. Like maybe make her float. Like that. It looks pretty cool. Will Hasbro ever make one of these? Who knows? Only time will tell. But let's check out this throne. See the different paint on there. There's blue. It's like a rusty color. And those, they look like Rancors on the side. This looks like it's like a cushion, and it's dented in from Bib Fortuna's big old booty. And yeah, you can see the different color paints on there. The wash on it looks fantastic. There's lots of like dents, and the weathering and cracks go all the way down to the floor on the bottom. And then the sides, there's a really nice dark wash on there too. On the back, it's just empty. Maybe you can store some stuff there, but there's some pretty big gaping holes there. So I don't know how well that will look. But overall, you know, it is super, super light, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous myself. Right off the bat, oh my goodness, that belt is just incredible. And his skirt is a thick piece with some tears down there on the bottom, and you can see the details on his boots are amazing. But let's start at the top. Boba Fett's helmet looks absolutely incredible. I really do like this look a lot, and the visor does pop down, which you can see there. And there's a beautiful gloss in there. And the weathering on the helmet just looks absolutely cool. You can see the shoulder pieces with his Mythosaur little Mandalorian emblem on there. The detail on the arm piece is absolutely next level incredible. You can see the pockets on his pants, the gun side on his holster, and the chest piece just looks absolutely awesome too. Now here he is next to the original SH Figuarts Boba Fett, and you can tell the helmet, and I have some dust on mine, it's probably showing up on camera in there. Helmet on the new version is definitely more beat up. And of course his chest plate has some more beat up marks, and this chest piece doesn't have a little red slot right here, which is kind of odd that the older one does, but the rest of it, even the missile is different on the forearm, which is pretty cool. And the Mythosaur emblem is a lot smaller, and it looks like the shoulder pads are a lot smaller. I really like the skirt, how it drapes down on the bottom on the previous SH Figuarts Boba Fett. I just think this look is really cool with the baggy pants. I know a lot of people prefer this new look, and I gotta say, it does look cool. The legs are completely different on these Fetts. The boot sculpt is even different. So pretty much everything is different on here. Now, sitting Boba on the throne is pretty simple and straightforward, but his feet don't want to touch the ground completely. That does look cool. I don't know whether you'd want to put his arms on these lower parts, like that, or up on the higher parts. But overall, it looks really cool. I wonder what it looks like with the Star Wars Black Series in there. Let's have a look. So that's what it looks like with the Black Series Boba Fett in there, sitting on the throne, which really doesn't look too bad. I think that's a pretty overall good look. Now, as far as articulation with Boba's helmet on, he looks up about that high, looks down about that far. There is plenty of tilt in the head. His arms pop up relatively high, about that high, which is pretty good. And there is single jointed elbows. Well, it's like a double joint in there, but it pings up there pretty darn good. Overall, it looks really cool, huh? These wires are great too. The hands, you just need to swivel them. They go any direction that you want. The waist looks like he doesn't have very much movement at all in there, just bends back and forward. There is a very generous butterfly joint in there. As for the legs, they kick up extremely high, kick back incredibly well, maybe the best I've ever seen. He's got these weird articulated pieces right here in the crotch area. Kicks out pretty darn good too. Does have a single jointed knee that only pops up about that high on this side. And about that high on this side. He does have the toe hinges. And of course, he's got a nice hinge on the foot, which doesn't hinge too much. Yeah, only about that much. And he's got a little bit of a rocker, very, very minimal there. Well, Black Series does win in that department. There's upper swivel cuts, swivels in the arms. But, you know, overall, the look of this guy with the throne there is just absolutely incredible. Let's check out Boba Fett's different hands. Looks like, yeah, you're just going to pop it off like that. So these are his fists. He's got these two open palm hands. He's got two gripping hands, looks like for his rifle. He's got two of these like open hands, which look like they're the ones that are going to hold his gaffy stick. And he comes with these, looks like two trigger finger hands, which also have little open slots on them. And the head looks like you're just going to pop that. Oh, mine came off all completely, which is nice. You can just stick that right there, and we'll put this headpiece on. Now this one, for sure, you can see on mine, yeah, the eyes definitely look a little bit light on there. Let me zoom up on that for you. But yeah, you can definitely see how the paint is definitely light. Yeah, they're the same color as his skin, which is really odd. But from a distance, you know, it does look pretty cool from a distance there. And from different angles. Now this other head, which is kind of odd, it does have some paint on the eyes. And then this one looks cool. This is like where he's throwing down in Mos Espa, where he's fighting all those gangsters. But man, yeah, that face looks really cool. Let me zoom up on that one. But you can see this one here. Well, on camera, yeah, the eyes are a little bit different, but you can definitely see some teeth in there, which look really cool. But yeah, that is a pretty darn good head sculpt, in my opinion. But of course, knowing me, I'm going to be leaving the Boba Fett head mold on there at all times. Let's take off this back piece. So yeah, that just plugs right off, and it looks like there's some pegs. Just pop those out. A little bit tricky, and you're not going to want to lose those. That's another reason why you definitely want to keep the packaging on these. And it looks like the jetpack just pops into those holes. Like so. And yeah, the jetpack looks really good too. And the weathering on it looks fantastic. Let's compare it to the old one. Oh, there's a lot more paint compared to the older version. And it's going to plug right back on to his back like that. So yeah, nice and snug there. Gaffy stick that he comes with, it does look really, really cool. There is a lot of detail on there. You can see the rope wrapped around. It is pretty flimsy. I think it comes apart. At least it said in the instructions. Yeah, the gaffy stick is supposed to come apart just right here. Yeah, so obviously you would need that to stick it to his hands. He does come with a blaster, so this one is just decoration. It does look like it'll come out, which is crazy, but it's actually the same gun, but painted backwards. You can see on this side, the silver is on that part, and on this part it's not painted, but it is on this side, which is kind of odd. Yeah, that is molded in there, but it's just a fantastic job, that's for sure. Yeah, it's articulated butt cheeks in there, which is just crazy. According to the instructions, the top piece comes off. Yeah, there you go. Just pegs right off, right there. Yeah, you can obviously see there that, yeah, the gun is stuck in there. Then you just buckle it back in, and then you have him a holsterless gun. Now, also, this missile here, let's not break it like I did my other figure. It looks like it pops off, and you've got this flame effect that goes in there, just like that. And of course, you can choose which missile you want. I'm sure this one here, we must have seen it in the show, and it looks like that came on the Black Series version too. Just pops in on the top, and it actually looks really darn cool. Nice effect on there. You can see, but maybe just like that. Zoom out a little bit for you. Give you an idea how it looks. Pretty darn cool. And then also on the jetpack, let me zoom in a little bit. These little pegs pop off on the side, just like that. And then you would put in these cool flame effects. Like that one there. You pop off this side. Pop that one in there. So yeah, those look super, super cool. It's not even funny. And you know, again, I like the head sculpts. It doesn't really bother me too bad about the paint on those. Let's pop this back off. Stick on his missile. Let's put on that old Boba Fett head sculpt again. Pop off the neck. Stick this piece over. I got it like that. Pop this in. And then, yeah, you've got Boba Fett again, looking absolutely sweet, man, with the flame effects. Too bad it didn't come with a stand, though. So my overall thoughts on this, I've had a lot of fun playing with him. I think it's definitely worth the price of admission. He is a little bit over $100 if you import him from Japan. And I do know you can get him on Big Bad Toy Store also. But thanks for checking out today's video. Check out one of these videos up on the screen, and I will see you guys in the next video.